Hello, and welcome to the Panalysts, a show that poops in a box and then cleans up after itself with its mouth. I'm Molly, your host, and joining me are four cool cats. To my left, we have Serge and Kathleen. What is your team name?
All right, Kathleen, we need to brainstorm something that's our two biggest passions, coffee and music.
Oh, I like that. A blend of our interests.
Ooh, the brown note.
I want a new teammate.
And to my right, we have Team Cameron and Corey. What is your team name?
The Oppositional Thumbs. We're used to manipulate objects, but only in confrontation.
Well, I'm taking a moment to appreciate my thumbs. Good news! You have become an internet famous cat. But unlike most cat web celebrities, it's for something nice and not something like falling off a balcony or having a cute deformity. You can be Instagram famous and have to wear costumes for hours on end, or you can be YouTube famous and have to wear trash on your head. Which do you choose? Team Oppositional Thumbs.
Define trash, really.
Is it anything we don't want?
I would say that's most human objects for cats, yes. Anything you don't want.
Okay. Would it crush our ears and our little, forehead whiskers?
Oh, certainly.
That sounds uncomfortable.
Let's be Insta-famous. It's what the kids are using these days. Or so I'm told.
We're into the Snapchats or whatever.
Those aren't interchangeable services, but I accept that.
So we're going to be YouTube cats. I mean, we have a distinct advantage here, Serge, because we are already, in fact, filthy YouTubers. But now we are feline YouTubers.
So what I like about this is we don't have to wear costumes. We're famous for our own natural character, not what something is imposing upon us. We get to be ourselves. We get to express ourselves here. This is great.
Ourselves with trash in our head as per the bounds of the question. So it's like us with a pancake, and us with a stupid hat, and us with things that make us go, but someone's tied it under our chin exceptionally cruelly.
It's not that tight, it just looks like it, and we're like, ugh, but that's just playing up to the camera, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like, the part of our appeal as a YouTube cat is that we are active, we are doing, as opposed to our opponents who just have to sit there and pose and look pretty.
Yeah.
We can do things like savagely claw and bite the hand that ties the bonnet around our head.
Oh, amazing. Yeah.
Like, as a series of, viral videos, Cat absolutely ruins hand of jerk who ties bonnet on head, part 1. Cat absolutely goes bananas on the foot of a person who tied bonnet around Cat's head.
The comment is like, will that thumb ever reattach?
Yeah, it's like, I didn't know a cat could bite a digit clean off like that. Like, I think there's some virality to removing fingers.
Or the vengeful cats.
I feel that, this is really the easy job because, I mean, we don't have to maintain any kind of discomfort for any sustained length of time. Whereas on YouTube, right, you really need to hit that monetization threshold that happens at 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Gotta get those views.
You have to satisfy the algorithm. Whereas on Instagram, all we really need to do is somehow work out some kind of relationship with Kim Kardashian and then just bite on that.
Yeah, we got beef with Kim Kardashian.
Serge, I think we may have been thinking about this way too small scale.
Okay.
Okay, think about how much improbable stuff is on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
What's to stop us from just being the cat that bites off a human thumb? Why can't we be a wild cat, like a cat that goes inside and outside and shows up one day covered in blood, dragging a dead raccoon? Or a cat that tames a bear and somehow rides around on top of it.
Yeah, it's turn it around. It's like, not the garbage on the cat, but look at the garbage my cat dragged in.
We go viral because we're in a news video about a cat that somehow befriended a bear, and then they both went on a rampage through a picnic ground. Just us and the bear, feasting on trash and thumbs.
Yeah. The bear chases the people away. We feast upon the... Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah, I feel like YouTube Cat gives us so much freedom.
What is your celebrity arc, if not chewing through the thumbs of those who try to support you?
What is the ultimate end of most Instagram celebrity? It seems like they just kind of disappear or dissipate. They retire. Yeah, then they wind up with a private account. So, I mean, that seems fine, right? You just fade away.
I thought of the next step after we're done mauling people. We start mauling famous pieces of art.
We get shipped to France through some sort of extradition treaty, get into the Louvre, and just eat a Picasso.
The Picasso.
I can't wait for the biography. It's like when the cat first tasted blood. We could track the progression of violence from the cat back to this moment.
We found a trail of thumbs.
Our arc is less like, oh, they got like Instagram famous and then went private, and just like an episode of Unsolved Mysteries.
And at the end, they're like, and then it seems, and no one can ever know for certain what happened because of the loss involved in our collective memory, but they got into Amazon Web Services and introduced a worm which destroyed 99% of the World Wide Web.
Finally, we can take back the power for the other helpless animals who've been so victimized under the hands of capitalism. We don't have hands, we've only got paws, and we can't use the keyboard. That's it. Finally, we'll take you all down from the inside. It's just us in Amazon headquarters gnawing on tables.
Wires.
Cruel irony is it doesn't have thumbs, so it can't type. Can't do all the hacking that it wants to do.
What made it so angry?
Yeah, it made it so I wasn't polydactyl, so I couldn't type out a manifesto is the problem.
Rip Jeff Bezos.
Finally.
Literally.
Right in half. I can't get out of my mind the image of a fire festival but for cats. Is there any way that you could use your cat celebrity to propel yourself towards the fire festival but for cats?
I can definitely sell tickets to rich people to a remote island that I have not prepared for them.
What if we coordinated and worked together and you were selling tickets to Fire Festival and we used our terrifying, destructive, and murderous powers to drive people to the supposedly last safe haven away from us?
Wait, isn't this just like a battle royale now?
Are we the red zone?
I really thought this would be a little lighter in tone, but shows what I know about this format and you people. But I have good news. You are in a transporter accident with a cat. For one harrowing moment, your atoms are tossed together in a metaphysical salad spinner, but then your particles resolve, and you are left with one delightful new feline anatomical feature. Do you have an extra transparent set of eyelids, or a parasite in your poop that endears you to people by exposure?
I don't have a cat.
Yeah.
What do the extra eyelids do?
Like humans have two eyelids, top and bottom, and then cats have a little third one that pops in from the corner so that they can see through, I think, water.
It's called a nictitating membrane.
Thank you. Yes, so you can blink without blinking.
Is this a weird predator thing? Are we the ultimate predator if we have these eyelids?
Camels have them too.
Yeah,
Like,
alligators, crocodiles.
Are camels also apex predators?
Absolutely not. They're apex spitters.
Interesting. Why do they have the eye thing? I'm getting distracted.
I don't know anything about camels. We could make up a rich backstory. The camel who was cursed with an extra eyelid when they spit on a genie. And ever since then, all camels and dromedaries are a little bit freaky.
It makes sense. It explains why they're now in the same category as apex predators with cats, alligators, and other things. Okay.
All right. So what our choices are, the freaky eyelid thing. What was the other one?
A parasite in your poop that endears you to people by exposure.
Third eyelid it is.
Third eyelid. All right, we're going to get all freaky and be able to, we won't have to buy goggles when we go swimming anymore.
I'm willing to try seeing if my poop endears me to people, considering I've tried everything else. So, we'll see what sticks.
Ew.
I'm imagining a human-cat hybrid, and I've got a cast member from Cats, and I think I'm finally understanding why people love that musical.
Because they're furries?
Toxoplasmosis.
That also seems plausible.
Have you seen the musical Cats?
Oh, yes.
Do you? Okay. I'm trying to plant myself in your logic. Because of their general exposure to cats, or because the actors in the musical Cats shit on the stage? Okay. You have to expose people to your poop for this to work. How do you do that and look cool?
I mean, it stops being our problem fairly quickly.
Hors d'oeuvres. Just gonna smuggle a little bit in.
I guess if it's a powerful enough parasite, there's nothing to say you couldn't just drop a deuce on someone's coffee table and they go, oh, what the? Oh, hey, thanks, Cam.
Yeah. I don't even need to turn on the fan in the bathroom anymore. People just kind of like, oh, hold on, I'll be right back. And they just walk in after me and bask.
Just feel warm.
Safe, happy, fulfilled. As this, parasite just jams open some kind of neurotransmitter in their brain.
Just carry around a vial of your poop and just kind of waft it at people when you need. It's your sort of charm person.
I feel this really takes the edge off a lot of my social interactions if I can just be like, oh, hold on.
Cameron.
Hi, yeah. Yeah, you should give me money.
So Kathleen,
Yes.
We have now joined the camel as one of the apex predators on the planet.
That's right. And we didn't have to curse a genie to do it.
No, we just had to get in a horrible but very timely and lucky accident to do this.
Yeah, we were completely obliterated from existence.
Yeah.
And then when we came back, we had been changed slightly, like the worst X-Man. Oh, but we
What a
could
great
join a
origin
league of
story.
superheroes.
I know, I was going to say, yeah, like, do we put out a posting, like, new superhero looking to join crew, like a Misconnections?
Yeah, I feel like we'd have to start at like the sidekick level
Sure.
because our power is not useful.
Well,
Or
like
cool.
every great origin story, we just have to find that moment for it to be there.
I mean, maybe we got some extra like cat stuff that like people didn't like necessarily realize that we got because they were so distracted by the horrific eyelid thing.
Yeah, maybe you got those reflective retinas too.
We could be ambassadors for roadside safety. And then, if any dust and grit flew in our face from all the cars
It'd be
driving
fine.
by, our eyes would be protected thanks to our third eyelids.
The one downside would be on a stealth mission, if a light hits us, our eyes would be extra reflective and like, damn it, we gave away the position.
Oh, I feel like cats get around by stealth all the time. Maybe we're slightly stealthier.
Nope,
Maybe
of course. Just
wait,
like 5% stealthier than the average person.
We're cat person. That's our name, cat person. We've got weird eyelids, our eyes reflect, and we're a little bit stealthier.
I am looking forward to wearing the all leather outfit with little cat ears though, because that is the go-to cat person costume.
But then, like, the problem with being a superhero sidekick is that puts us in dangerous situations, and we don't have any, like, actual cat-like skills.
But we're just the sidekick. We always know, no matter what trouble we get into, our like ripped and handsome, whatever, beautiful. What is the main? If we're the sidekick, what are they to us? Main? Top? We'll come in and kick down the door and save us.
Maybe I can cough up a hairball as well.
That's another power that the doctors probably didn't notice because it's timely.
Yeah, they're like, oh, seems fine. And then all of a sudden, oh, yet more. Maybe we're slowly becoming a cat.
Ooh. Full cat.
There's going to be a really good point in the middle of that, and it's going to be really, really, really bad, super sick
Yeah.
for like 3 days when we're the perfect blend, and then very bad when we start getting really distracted by like tinfoil.
Do we become that character from the Animorphs series where you can just like change back and forth from full cat to full human, or are we just forever stuck as a cat now?
Oh, I think we end up becoming a cat. What kind of cat do you want to be, Serge?
So they have managed to turn their eyelids feature into BDSM and Animorphs. Do you have a freakier use for your poop, Parasite?
Well, I don't think it would take much work, but I mean, like, at some point, what I've been really distracted by is the idea that, okay, so we have inherited some cat features.
Correct.
Where's the cat? And what human features has it inherited?
I'm glad you asked, because I have a plot twist to this question. The cats get something back in the exchange. They can either read but they can't talk, or they can talk but they can't read. And this applies to all cats. Let's just pretend.
I have this theory that cats already speak English, but they just have, like, they can't quite enunciate clearly, so what they're always saying is, now. Now.
It's not meow, it's now.
Yeah, it's not meow, it's now.
Like a lot of their vocalizations are in a higher frequency than we can hear, so they're like really dumbing it down for us and really putting effort in there if we
Yeah.
can hear them.
If they could read but couldn't talk, I mean, they would actually be able to maybe find some other way of indicating what they want. Maybe they could also learn how to write.
Correct, yes, or actually type.
Yeah, they've
We have
got the,
technology.
Yeah.
There's big buttons.
yeah, and there's polydactyl cats as well.
So how long before we bite the thumb off someone?
Oh, probably immediately, knowing me. But okay, so by the terms of this plot twist, Cameron and Corey have chosen that cats can read but can't talk.
Correct.
So in our version of the universe, all cats can talk but can't read. Okay, that's gonna make things easier, I think.
Well, I imagine this is like, and I don't want to be too personal here, but being the parent to a young person. This is great because you can communicate with them, but there's still a whole code that you can keep private. So since they can talk, but they can't read, that means you could spell words.
You can also just write them on cards like Love Actually style. Yo, the cat just bit off another thumb. We gotta take this cat out of here.
Help me. The cat is holding me hostage.
I feel like the cats, if they're smart enough to talk, would be able to, like, speak to a hostage negotiator, though, right? Like, you've got the sign up that says, help me, I'm being held hostage. And meanwhile, the cat just has a megaphone and is like, Meet my demands. I want the good stuff with the tuna and the chicken, or another thumb goes down every hour.
What would, because I think you have the option of the prospect of your cat eavesdropping on you, whereas you have the option of your cat reading your texts.
I don't feel our cats would really invade our privacy because we aren't that interesting, right? I imagine a cat would take roughly the same interest in my text messages as they do in my life, which is to say none at all, unless I'm being particularly immobile and warm. So, I feel we're fairly secure on that front. And honestly, I feel the world needs less hairy, self-centered, illiterate people. Because frankly, have you been on the internet?
Yeah, I'm imagining like a very distinguished figure here, like a scholarly cat, doing their studies alone at night at all hours because cat.
Unless you get to a situation where the cat's in the library meowing at a book on a shelf, and the librarian's like, this one, meow, this one, meow, this one, meow. That's every book on the shelf.
Walks away, goes to a different section.
At some point they check out the anarchist cookbook, and suddenly the FBI is visiting you because you're looking up how to build nuclear devices and ordering like precursors on Amazon.
Like, we gotta teach that cat how to clear the browser history because I do not want to see what that cat is looking up.
It's just our YouTube videos from the last prompt. It's just like cat tames bear and goes on rampage. Like, that's bad.
How to, right? Yeah, Quora.
Maybe we're being a little too dark about this. What if? Okay, do you remember Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Okay.
And Salem the talking cat, and
Yes.
that was basically just like an
Yeah.
animatronic puppet
Yeah.
that would crack wise. What if we all had our like companion race of wisecracking animal friends? What if I was just like, hey Baxter, I had a rough day at work because I'm just so busy, and he's like, well, I got some news for you. I got some I don't even know what my cat would say. He's not like,
Are you inventing Garfield?
oh God, every cat's a Garf.
What if your cat sucks though? Or what if your cat's
Garfield
really,
sucks.
but like if you walk in, you're like, hey Baxter, I'm having a really bad day, and the cat's just like, that's because you suck at everything. Now feed me, I'm hungry, and you're like, okay. And like Baxter's suddenly like really emotionally abusive, and you're like, oh.
I have a feeling that my older cat, Cavern, already is. He only wants to sit with me when he wants something. Like, he sits with me, gets his pets, and then leaves to go do his own thing again. He, like, barely tolerates the other cats. Like, Baxter will come up to him and be like, Cavern, I love you because you're my older brother and my best friend. And Cavern's just like...
Yeah.
I don't want to hear what he's thinking because it's just fuck you.
Yeah, tough but fair. All right, so now you have to hear that all the time. You get home, you're tired, you just want to cook, and the cat's like, yo, you see the time? Dinner. You're like,
Oh God! And then I'm like, okay, here's the expensive cat food that you liked last time I went to the
No.
store. And then now this tastes like poo
Yeah, I
because it
want
was
the
my favorite cat food and you gave it to me too many times. Now I don't like it anymore.
yeah, I want the dry stuff. But we don't have any of the dry stuff. I want the wet stuff. But I thought you said, give me a mix, blend it, put it in a blender.
They'll be like, what about some lasagna? I'll be like, I'm not making lasagna for you. And then my thumbs are gone and I can't make lasagna. This is terrible.
Yeah.
What have I done?
Reporters say the moment the cat finally bit off the thumb was when there was denied lasagna.
You've managed to spin every situation I've thrown at you into violence and mayhem.
It's a window into my soul, Molly.
I would like to throw in a bonus question here, just because I'm curious.
All right.
Kill, fuck, marry. Garfield the cat, Heathcliff the cat, Felix the cat.
As a collector of Heathcliff comics, he was bipedal and sentient and would often wear detective costumes, unlike Garfield, who is just a blob.
But Garfield also dances, right? He stands on his hind legs and walks upright on occasion.
Which do you find more attractive? The dancing or detective work?
I mean, I'm an admirer of lasagna cats, so I suppose we're fucking Garfield.
And I think Felix the cat lives in a nightmare world.
Wait, yeah, Felix the cat has like the 1920s kind of like early animation ghosts and goblins. Actually, maybe that's, yeah.
Noodle limbs.
Yeah.
Get all up there.
Do we marry Felix the cat?
I feel like Heathcliff the cat would provide more stability overall.
Okay. So, yeah.
But we boning down
with Felix the cat.
and kill
Absolutely. Yeah, kill Garfield.
I'd like to marry Heathcliff for, a stable middle-class lifestyle, because that sounds exciting. I've never experienced that before. And who do we fuck? That leaves us with Felix, although I bet he's experienced. But maybe he has cat STD.
I never thought to examine the sexual history of all of our previous cat partners, but I suppose we should be having these conversations even before we're deciding where to continue the relationship. So we sit down at speed dating with the 3 cats. We're like, well, tell us about your partners, because you know we want to be responsible with everything.
Yeah, it's responsible to get a full sexual history of your partners. You need to know what's been going on.
Yeah. So we go and we get tested, and everything comes back clean.
They all have toxoplasmosis.
So I think in conclusion, we are all married to Heathcliff. I'm good with that if you all are.
Yeah, I call first wife.
I would like to issue a penalty to Team The Brown Note
No!
for building a comedy empire on the backs of dead raccoons.
That's fair.
So I would like to award to Team Oppositional Thumbs a crinkly shiny object. And as a consolation prize, you get a blast of compressed air.
I'll hate that.
Do cats hate that? That's not actually a prize?
No. If you ever put a blow dryer in a cat?
No, I haven't.
No, they don't like it. And imagine more of that.
All right. Boo!
I would like to thank Serge, Kathleen, Corey, and Cameron for talking. I would like to thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And bite off your thumbs. This has been The Panelists.
I'm willing to try seeing if my poop endears me to people, considering I've tried everything else. So, you know, we'll see what sticks.
Ew.
Just a little moment there.
Just a little moment. We can edit there is what's the good news.
Really? That's such a good moment. I think we should leave it in.
All right, Kathleen.
Good.